And players out there and the same problems, and we talk about leopards and spots. The issue with United over the last year or two: lack of goals, lack of quality in the second half.
We'll get back to Roy and the post-match analysis in just a quick moment, but remember, if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. And please, whatever you're thinking, if you disagree with anything these guys say, if you disagree with anything that I say, please put it in the comments. Now, I want you to think about these questions. Is Ruben Amorim making things more complicated than he needs to? And also, has he broken the biggest rule in football when you first take over a new team? Anyway, here's the post-match.
Boy, there hasn't been a lot of time for Ruben Amorim to put in all the changes that he'll want to see from this Manchester United side. Did you see what he will want to do in the future?
Yeah, well, we saw obviously the shape of the team. That's the way he's going to go. But you still have the same players out there and the same problems. And we talk about leopards and spots. The issue with United over the last year or two: lack of goals, lack of quality in the second half. We're looking at Ipswich, who haven't won all season at home, and they looked a better team. And if any team was going to win, you felt Ipswich were going to win it. So I think it's his first game, a lot to take in. It's been a mad week or two for him, but I think ultimately he'll be disappointed. I think again with the lack of quality in the final third for Man United, and towards the end of the game, if anyone was going to win it, I thought it was going to be Ipswich, which is a big concern.
Roy has described Manchester United at times this season as a team of moments. They're looking for consistency. Does this look like a squad who can get to those levels of consistency?
I think, you're spot on with the moments comment, because I think that what I haven't seen in this Manchester United team for a long time is like relationships. Players that combine well with each other, players that create things, off the cuff, but also by design as well. And they've got a manager in now who's got a record for design. He's got this system that he believes heavily in, that he wants to bring to Manchester United. We saw it this evening. Did it work? No, because they didn't win. And ultimately, I think what Ruben Amorim wants to be doing is he wants to be winning whilst learning on the job with this group of players. Did he have his best available 11 out today? No. But I think we have to give huge credit to Kieran McKenna and Ipswich, because I thought that the way they played, it was exceptional at times. I thought they were brave, that they didn't let their heads drop. And I think ultimately they showed Manchester United, how it looks to be a team that's connected.
We will look at Ipswich in more detail, because it was a really, really good performance from them, and we'll talk more about the influence that Kieran McKenna has shortly as well. But in terms of Ruben Amorim and the stamp that he wants to put on Manchester United, and the problems that he has to solve, is goal scoring the biggest one, Jamie?
Yeah, of course they've not got enough goals. They've got quality in the team, but there's a lot of problems you have to solve. And I'm already fed up talking about this system that he's going to employ. I am. It's because
day one, Jamie.
But Kelly, this is the players that are in this system right now are not going to be the players in the future. You're not going to see Johnny Evans as a left side centre back. You're not going to see Mazraoui. You're not going to see the two wing backs probably, who obviously they're both opposite footed and they're playing on the outside. Is that midfield going to be Casemiro and Eriksen? Of course it isn't. So you're going to try and analyse it. It's almost pointless, because the system is going to change, because the players are going to change and the personnel, and then they're going to look better. In a way, the best thing that can probably happen is not get fooled by these players right now, because after 2 minutes we're looking and thinking, wow, the Messiah's here, everything's going to change, look how good they look. But then they became their true self in the end, and they see that the quality isn't there. So this is going to take time. It's going to take new personnel. He's going to have to figure it out. He's going to be changing the team probably week in, week out, searching for who is going to be the right people in this system. And once he gets that, then he has a chance. But right now, you couldn't pick the team that's going to be there in 6 months, because you don't know who's going to fit into what he wants.
Yeah, there are a lot of players in that side who, again, to go back to the point, have moments of quality in them. Are there enough players in the squad who have quality consistently?
No, that's the big problem. Again, this team for last year or two, it's all about moments. We saw with the first goal after the minute, you think, well, listen, great start, a bit of quality, a bit of pace, nice finish from Marcus, getting into the areas you want him to be. And then United just sat back and you're going, you almost feel like, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Ipswich are a team near the bottom, obviously on the back of a good result at Spurs, but a home record not great. Go after them as if United are almost fearful of going on to win the game. The manager obviously made lots of changes in the second half, and to be fair, you're thinking, listen, he's obviously trying to win the game and he's still trying to get to know these players. But I suppose at United, the position of the league, their results, they probably maybe lack that confidence and belief. But do I believe this group of players have the quality to start getting Man United back up towards top 4, top 5? I've been saying it for ages. Absolutely not. The evidence isn't there. And again, today we come down here thinking new manager, new bounce and all this, and it's all very positive. But then when the game starts and it's the same old stuff.
Yeah, exactly
very
right.
predictable and real lack of quality.
And again, what we should say is this isn't on Ruben Amorim, who's taking charge of his
he's had
first
two or
game,
three days,
who is
Kelly.
also, Jamie, on his way over to talk to us.
But he's had 2 weeks to. Well,
Yeah.
he's been in the job 2 weeks,
Yeah.
but you've got to remember everyone's been away on international duty. This is going to take time. He's under no illusions. But the good thing is he's going to learn about the players week in, week out.
It kind of feels like a broken record a little bit. There's some things that I agree with what the guys have said there, and there's some things that I don't agree with. But the young lass there said something very, very interesting. She says that, Ruben Amorim, he needs to start to get to know these players and he needs to start to win matches. And she's quite right. And I feel as though he's tried to change things too quickly before he actually knows what he's dealing with. And I think I've said this on another video as well, because he's got nowhere to go now. He's changed it and he's put the 3-4-3 system into place like too quickly. And Brian Clough made the same mistake when he took over at Leeds United way back in the 70s. Tried to change things too quickly. David Moyes did the same thing at Man United after he took over from Ferguson. Tried to change things too quickly. Ruben Amorim should be coming in and just playing that team to its strengths. They're talking about a lack of quality up front. Well, they were scoring goals under Ruud van Nistelrooy just a couple of weeks ago because he knew the strengths of the players. So if Ruben Amorim comes in, plays the players to their strengths, gets them winning, gets the confidence up, and then just allocate some time during the week at training to get to know this new system, and then just gradually phase it in. Because the players are not robots. But he's boxed himself into a corner now, I feel, Ruben Amorim, because if he changes back to a 4-2-3-1, he'll look indecisive. But if he sticks with it and the players are not getting used to it and he's just stubborn like Ten Hag was, it could cost him his job, like it cost Ten Hag his job. Because if they lose 10 games in a row, is he still going to be in the job? Are Ineos going to back him? And I think the problem with this squad, it's more to do with, and it was the same with Ten Hag, the managers are not playing these players to their strengths. Ruud van Nistelrooy did. And he played 4 games, won 3, scored a lot of goals and drew another. It's not rocket science. I just feel as though people are just making it out to be more complicated than it needs to be. I don't think, I don't agree with what Jamie Redknapp said there about there's going to be different players. I don't think there are. I don't think there is. It's not going to be a massive overhaul in the summer because Ineos are building a squad for a coach, whatever coach that may be. They're not just going to sell all the players and then replace them. It doesn't make any business sense. It would cost too much money. Ruben Amorim, he's going to get the best out of the squad that he's given. He might, add a couple here and there and get rid of a couple here and there, but it's not going to be no massive overhaul. So he's that squad is 80% done. And in fact, that squad is good enough to play the system Ruben Amorim wants them to play, but they just need time to get used to it. Fair enough. But in the meantime, he needs to start putting points on the board. I don't know. I think Roy Keane's been a little bit harsh. There's plenty of talent in that team. Consistency, yeah. Fair enough. They're not consistent. But again, that's only because they're not playing to the strengths. They're not being played to their strengths. But hey ho. But anyway, what do you guys think? Are you optimistic after today's game? What do you think they could have done differently? What did you think about the new 3-4-3? Thoughts in the comments.